It's day 2 here at the AXA National Dairy Show in the Green Glens Arena in Mill Street in County Cork, which only means one thing. Our judge, Niels Eric Hart, will be selecting the 2024 Supreme Champion. But there's been a lot more than that happening today at the Green Glens Arena in Mill Street. Let's take a look at what's been going on.
We're joined now with Eamon Coleman of Eurogene. Eamon, it's great to be back at the National Dairy Show. Just tell us how important it is for Eurogene to be down here today.
Hugh, it's very important. This is an annual event for us, has been for years, as long as I can remember. It's a big weekend and it's a big culmination of a year's work for a lot of the young people in the ring, and it's great to be here to support all that, and as well as that, just to meet customers, our regular customers who we see here year on year.
What has your interaction been like at the National Dairy Show this year?
I think, Hugh, we all know we've come through a tough year. You know, weather, milk prices, things were tough for farmers there all along, but thankfully things have turned as the year went on and milk prices rise and weather is improving, grass has started to grow towards the back end. So I think the mood is generally pretty good among dairy farmers at the minute.
Yes. We're joined now with this year's Junior Holstein champion. Will Jones, you were on the halter. How does it feel to win?
Yeah, it's great. You know, it's something we've been working for the last couple of months, and it's just great to get the win, I suppose.
Yeah, and just tell us a bit about this heifer here that we're standing beside.
Yeah, so this is heifer we've had all year. Her name is Hallow Psychic Twizzle. We bought embryos in a couple of generations ago from America and Canada, and yeah, the family's been breeding really well for us, and I've lots of show cows from the family, you know. Yeah.
Look, you're a familiar face in the show ring, Will, and your family is too. So I suppose, like leading up to this week and these last few days, just tell us a bit about the preparation that goes into getting this heifer looking the way she is now.
Yeah, well, I suppose it sort of starts 2 months beforehand. They come in on the diet and stuff, and then just washing them and clipping them and keeping them clean, you know.
Yeah.
Looking after them, then they get to the show. It's all the same, and it's a good bit of feed on show morning, and then a bit of shine, and away she goes.
Now we're here at the AXA stand. Of course, AXA, the title sponsor of the National Dairy Show here in the Green Glens Arena in Mill Street in County Cork. Delighted to be joined by Tom McCarthy, Agri Manager with AXA. Tom, great buzz around the Green Glens as always.
Yeah, always is, in fairness. It's a lovely show. There's a kind of a family feel about it. It's a very industry-focused show on the dairy side of things. Meeting some great dairy farmers, obviously, but, renewing friendships, that people mightn't have seen since last 12 months. There is a great buzz here. It's a lovely day out, of course, all under a roof, of course, which makes it a lot easier, particularly for this time of year, and it's a kind of a cold enough day. So, yeah, look, great to be here again and great to be back involved with the Cork Holstein Fusion Club and the National Dairy Show Committee. It's great to be involved with them here again.
We're coming into the winter months, Tom, and obviously farmers be looking at insurance needs for the coming months ahead. Would your advice be to have a look at maybe the current policy and see where they might have deficiencies, or they might have maybe over-insurance or what it might be?
Yeah, obviously enough, you should always be reviewing your policy, particularly when it comes to renewal. But even in mid-term, a lot of farmers would have a lot of work done over the 12 months. They might have put up a new shed, they might have done some new investments in milking equipment, added extra stock or something to your farm. So it's always important to be reviewing sums that are insured, making sure that you have adequate cover. It's always very important to keep in top of your insurance, because, look, God forbid, in the event of something going wrong, then the problems will start arising. So it's always good to be on top of that. So look, it's never any harm to talk to whoever your insurance provider is, to review it and to make sure that you have the adequate cover facing the winter. Like in particular for storm cover, also making sure that you have adequate sums insured in your outbuildings and in your contents of your outbuildings. So all important,
Now I'm delighted to be joined by Jason Helen, and the newly crowned Intermediate Holstein Champion at the 2024 AXA National Dairy Show. Jason, warmest congratulations, and tell us about our new Intermediate Champion.
Yeah, so this is King Doc Fame. She's actually a half-sister to the Supreme Champion here last year. She's calved since last December, and she's due again in January, so she's a great cow to put out the milk, and she's definitely got what she's worth today.
So a fantastic start for the ED Holsteins team here, and look, you'll be looking ahead to later on, but I suppose just looking at this cow here, she was a picture under the lights, and obviously the judge couldn't look past her, and she performed really well as well in there.
Yeah, she went like a dream. She's been to a few local shows, and she was also on the spring shows, so it's not her first day out, so she's well used to it now, and she loves the treatment, so it's very good.
Now I'm delighted to be joined by Brian Hart from Tom Hart Farm Services, based in White's Cross in Cork, a Delaval dealer. Brian, we're back here at the AXA National Dairy Show. Great to be back, lovely buzz around the place, and you're back on board as a platinum sponsor again this year.
That's right. This show is a very important date in our calendar. It's something we really enjoy going to and supporting for the last 25, 30 years. It's been a major part of our calendar and showing our wares for what we're doing in the dairy industry every year. You know?
Yeah, and it's a great opportunity for customers, potential customers and existing customers, to get up close to the latest technology. Tell us some of the new innovations you've brought here today.
Yeah, so today it's our first time bringing the new the Delaval Opti Duo, which is a feed replenisher that puts in silage or chops silage for farmers in the winter season. We've had a couple of them fitted over the last number of years, and they're becoming a growing success. And for us this year, it was great to showcase that, and there's a lot of interest in it as well. And then of course we've got our Delaval VMS milking robot as well, which is become more and more popular as the years go on, and especially with the labour shortages and the issues that are there now as well. So that's a big industry one for us this year.
And farmers, Brian, they're so interested in innovation and the newest technology. So coming to the likes of the dairy show allows you to showcase that technology. But as you rightly said, labour and labour shortages, it's not something, unfortunately, that's improving in our sector. So that move towards automation and time saving on farm is crucial.
It is getting increasing yields and increasing production are a big part of people's plans for the future, and Delaval and Tom Hart have the solutions that will help them along the way, and that our crew of our staff are very good at advising and some benefits for different farmers as well. So that's been a big part of what we do now. It's moved on from just a service-led business to being advisory and developing and growing with our customers, which has been...
Yeah, and especially in a tough year like it has been, Brian, I'm sure that your staff, farmers will be leaning on them for advice and support through difficult years like this.
Yes, it is, yeah, and the future looks a little bit brighter. Some sort of uncertainties, but milk is always going to be needed. It's a major part of what Ireland does, and that will be a big part of the future.
We're joined now with this year's confined champion, Stephen McLaughlin and Pádraig Murphy. Pádraig, you brought this cow along today. Just how good does it feel to win?
Yeah, absolutely delighted. Now, we haven't shown here in a good few years, so it's great to be down and get another winner. So,
And you mind just telling us exactly what exactly the confined championship is?
it's basically if you haven't won at a national show in the last 3 years, been first or second, so we haven't been taking part at national level for a number of years, so it's nice to be back and get the
love it. And Stephen, we might just come to you. Could you tell us a bit about the cow that you were halting around?
Well, she's a Dorman Fame cow that Pádraig has bred. She's a second calver, and this is only her second show. She won in Piltown.
Yeah, she won her class at Ivorick show this year, so we said we'd bring her out and see how she gets on.
Yeah, so we're here at the Dunmask Genetics stand, delighted to be joined by Pádraig Madden and Sean Callan. Gentlemen, welcome to the AXA National Dairy Show. It's amazing that it's 12 months on and we're back here again, Pádraig, and great for Dunmask, one of the platinum sponsors of the show. Why is it so important for you to be here?
Look, I think it's important that we're here. It's the last show of the year, and it's great to finish on a high note. It's very important that we keep in touch with farmers, what they're about, what their interests are, what their changes are, where they're going with their breeding plans, etc., etc. Plus, we want to launch our new products to the country as well. And I think with the week that's in it, I think it's very important that, that dairy farming here that we're seeing here the very best of dairy farming in the country and what's going on at the moment.
Tell us a little bit about Dunmask.
Dunmask is in existence for 10 years. I suppose originally started their core business at the time was a lot of training, do a lot of training in hoof training and scanning, and they sell straws as well, in beef, and have moved into dairy straws. And this year now, what we have an offering of Irish bulls coming to the market, and we have a team of men on the road going to sell that as well, and women as well.
Fantastic. Sean, you're one of those who are out on the road. I'm sure it's always great to come to an event like the National Dairy Show to meet farmers face to face.
Yeah, no, it's a great opportunity now because especially over the summer, going around the smaller shows and the likes of Tullamore show, you get to actually properly talk to them here the way it's a 2-day event, and you get to see all the stock that you've in their best orders really after watching them all summer.
And what trends have you been seeing over this year now in the dairy sector, Sean?
The increase of sex semen is definitely the main one. It's getting more popular year on year. I think some of that would be due to the sex semen actually getting better quality every year, the way technology is going. And other than that, their beef semen as well is definitely on the rise. So then conventional semen for dairy is probably going down a bit as well as the beef is going up. And I think for cow size, functionality, bit of type, and feet and legs and health is some of the real big trends that's come in this year now.
And it's been a tough year, Sean, for farmers out on the ground, for dairy farmers, for all farmers. The weather hasn't played ball, and obviously I'm sure there's a bit of a support role that you offer as well when you're out on farm.
Yeah, no, definitely, especially because it's 2 years on the trot now that this hasn't gone great for farmers, so it's sort of nice to go out and be able to offer support and help, and whether it's advice on this or that, or we're there for whatever we can do for them really.
And the winner in the engineering category, judged by Pat Flanagan from Nitrofert, is Truear Technologies.
That was fantastic. We're in the room with some of the very best people in the Irish agricultural industry, developing products and services for farmers at a world level, and to be considered good enough to take home that accolade now was a real privilege and an honour.
So tell us about what you're after winning for. So this is the E-Gate.
Yeah, excellent. So the E-Gate is our new product. It's been in development now for quite a while. To run through quickly what it does, here on the app, you can log in from anywhere in the world and look at the status of your device. You can have a couple of devices on the farm. So say for example, this one now here is called the Bride. You can see here its current status, that it's closed, that there's no electric shock going through it currently. Its battery status, it is solar powered, fantastic battery life. During the summer months, you really won't bring it in whatsoever. And if it does die on you, 2.5 hours will bring it from fully empty to fully charged, and that'll do 4 or 5 days, with minimal light. So that you can also see exactly the location of where the device is. So if you were to go through the 4 different ways to open the E-Gate, the first way is, and the most sensible way we encourage people to, is to use alarms or schedules. So cows love routine. We have this one set up for 4 o'clock in the morning or 3:30 in the afternoon for 2 milking times. But say for example in the spring you want to let cows out for just 3 hours. You can put the cows out for 3 hours, but for example 2 hours into that 3 hours you're inside in the shed, you're calving a cow, the reins has to hit the side of the shed. What you can do is open up the app again from anywhere now and hit the open now button, and that'll open the gate and let the cows away in. And finally, and the fourth way, and the reason I think we won the Innovation Award is because we've linked it to very affordable weather stations that you can buy, put into your back garden. For example, you can spend 100, 150 euros on a system. You can type its MAC address into our app, you link them. So this gate is set an alarm to open at 4 o'clock in the morning to let the cows in. But you can also set it that after 2 mil of rain or 3 mils of rain, it'll open as well. So you can go to bed confident that if it rains during the night, the cows won't destroy the paddock, and the sounder will go off, the gate will open, and it'll let the cows away into the shed.
We're joined now with this year's National Dairy Show judge, Niels Erik Hart. Niels, just tell us a bit about where you're from and what your background is with Holstein and breeding.
Yeah, I'm from Denmark, and we are at the moment milking 570 cows. Have always been very interested in breeding on the farm, so doing a lot of work for selling bulls and going to shows. But today we have both the farm operation, and then we have a semen company where we advise a lot of farmers in Denmark about matings, what bulls to use. So my time is 50% milking cows and 50% as advice on different farms.
Yes, yeah. Okay. And just tell us a bit about your experience in the show ring. Obviously, you've won plenty of prizes yourself, so just tell us a bit about that, Niels.
Oh, I started judging when I was about 20 years old, and now I'm 50, so I've been 51 actually, but I judge around in Europe on different national shows, and I always enjoyed a lot to come around to see the different countries and both seeing the dairy producer and have a talk with them about all the challenge in the milk production, and then of course I'm really interested in the breeding and what kind of cows we breed for the future. So that's very interesting to come around to see in different countries what kind of cows they have.
Yeah, brilliant. And look, I suppose we'll get into the show ring now, because look, there was a lot of young kind of showmanship on display. You know, there was young people, you know, showing class with their stock. Can you tell us a bit about what you saw in terms of showmanship, and then in terms of the junior jerseys we saw here today as well?
Yeah. No, but I think, like I said in the wing, I really enjoy judging these young people.
Yeah.
Because I say, like, for us farmers, us older farmers, we really need to admire these young people. They have the interest in going into this industry, because it's very important for us to keep it alive, that we have these young people. So to see the young people and see the level of these young people, where they were really good on the showmanship, both on the younger groups and also the older groups. So I was impressed about the quality of the handlers.
Yes.
So and then I have the jerseys, and it's always judging young heifers. It's always, I really like judging milking cows, to be honestly, where you have the full package. But I think we saw some really good jerseys in the class. And for me, what I look on a heifer, it's very important for me is that she's correct in the pin setting. Don't like these high pins heifers.
Yeah, okay.
And then I really have a lot of focus on the feet and legs, that they move correctly, because we want them as a milk cow. So it's important they move correctly on the feet and legs to be good milk cows.
Well, Judge Niels Erik Hart has just selected his overall jersey champion, and I'm delighted to be joined by Izzy Jones. Izzy, huge congratulations. This is a very young winner of an overall jersey champion. Tell us about this cow.
Yeah, so we weren't really sure how it would go because she is so young. She calved at 1.8 and she's now 2 years, 1 month. So she's obviously very young, but we think she has a lot of potential to be a really impressive cow, and thankfully the judge thought the same. So so obviously it went well.
And for such a young cow, she performed really well under the bright lights. There was huge crowds out to see this Jersey Championship.
The Jersey breed is obviously not as big in the show ring as the Holstein breed, but there was some nice ones in the show today, so
Fantastic. And what's the plan now for her?
Hopefully we'll take her to the Winter Fair in Belfast. That's the plan. And then that's probably it then for her. Probably. I don't know. We'll see how she looks later in lactation next year. But definitely short term, hopefully take her to the Ulster Winter Fair.
Well, the National Recognition Award has just been presented here in the arena at the AXA National Dairy Show. And I'm delighted to welcome Peter Kennelly from my own fair county of Kerry. And the Carrick Holsteins prefix might be very familiar to many people looking at this video, Peter, because you've been showing for quite some time.
50 years.
And can you remember back to the initial days of your showing career?
I can remember the first day we went to Truear show with Agriland, and I was fairly nervous in thundering for the first time, but I got a liking to it, and every year since we're out.
And what is it about pedigree breeding and showing that you enjoy so much, Peter?
Well, I was born into a pedigree herd, and I liked going back the depth of pedigree and the good cows.
And you've passed that love on to your children as well, because you have a huge show team at the National Dairy Show every year, and they're following in your footsteps.
They are, yeah. It is very nice to see the family, and the next generation is following on as well, so that's great to see.
Yeah, you're quite emotional. It means a lot to be recognised by the IHFA here today.
Yes, I can't believe it. I thought there was a lot more in the country, more deserving of this award than me.
We're joined now with this year's AXA National Dairy Show Supreme Champion, Edie Dorman Frame. Jason and Laura, Helen, you must be so excited. She's a double champ.
Yeah, this is her second year being Supreme Champion. Yeah, you don't know how much this means to us.
Yeah, Jason, you must be over the moon.
Unbelievable. To win it last year was beyond my dreams. I never even thought I could win it twice.
Yeah.
But it's all her doing. You can see how chilled out she is. She's just fresh 5 weeks. Hasn't missed a beat. She's done everything. She just loves it.
Yeah, and look, it's absolutely historical. Like that Fame name, it's not the first time it's won in the ring here at the National Dairy Show. Can you tell us a bit about that?
No, and earlier today we already had intermediate champion, and she's a half sister to this cow here. But also, I think this is the 18th year there's been a Fame class winner at the National Dairy Show. So the Fame family is definitely engraved. I think this will be the 6th time a Fame has won Supreme Champion in the 43rd year of the Dairy Show, yeah.
Brilliant. And Laura, it's not just yourselves involved, it's a real team effort, it's a family effort. Who else was involved in getting this cow ready for the Supreme Championship?
Do you know what? I'm just going to name Jason's parents, Robert and Sylvia, for all they've done for us and to get this cow to the ring. And there are so many people backstage. And I just don't want to mention too many people in case I miss the most important ones, but Connor and Stephen, the lads that clip for us, they've just been such a part of this journey, and yeah, we owe so much to them.
Listen, Jason, Laura, and all the Helen family, congratulations, you deserve so much praise. And that draws the AXA National Dairy Show 2024 to a close. That's all from us at the Green Glens Arena, Mill Street, County Cork. If you want to see all the results from the last couple of days, tune in to agriland.ie. Thank you.